Welcome to this video on the MidPointe Library System Wireless Printing Services. Under these services, you can print documents from your home computer or from your mobile device and send them to any of our locations to be released at our print release stations. When you're on your home computer and you want to send a document to our library branches for release, you're going to go to our website, midpointelibrary.org. You'll see this box pop up first thing. You click on the X here in the corner, and then you'll see our web page. We're going to want to go to Services and scroll down to Print, Copy, Fax, and Scanning Services. On this page, it gives you some basic information about cost per page for black and white or color pages. And if you scroll down to Wireless Printing, in the middle of that paragraph, there's a link that says Here, a yellow link. We're going to click on that, and it will take you to the web printing service page. It also has a link for mobile devices for information on the app PrinterOn, that if you're using an Android or iOS device, that you can download the app for free and use in the same manner of what we're going to do here on the website. But we'll start here with a computer print job. So again, let's say that you're at home on your laptop or desktop personal computer. You're first going to want to choose the printer that you want to pick up your pages from. You can choose black and white from any of our locations: Westchester, Trenton, Middletown. Presently, Monroe and Liberty are not open yet, but they might be soon in the future, so keep an eye out for our changes of hours. But presently, let's choose either Trenton color or black and white. So I'm going to choose color because the document that I've chosen has some color on it. Black and white would typically be for if you're not concerned about the color, or if it's strictly a text document, then you might want to just go with the 15 cents per page instead of the 30 cents per page cost difference. But in this case, we're going to go with color because the item I chose has some color on it. Next, you can choose a name, or you can choose a card number. Basically, the name that you enter here is the name that you will have to enter when you go to the release station at the branch to actually access the pages that you have sent there to be printed. It's basically giving the job a name. So either way you want to do it, either way will work. Just remember the name that you have placed on this job for printing. In this case, I chose Joan Smith. The next item is select a document. To do that, we'll have to browse in our computer to find the file that we would like to print. It can be a PDF, it can be a Word document, etc. In this case, I have it saved on my computer, and it's the first one I have listed, PrinterOn info card. I'm going to click on the item so that it's highlighted, and then I will click Open. So now I have location, a name for the job, and the actual file that we're printing. Down below, you'll see some options. There's a Help button, a Cancel button, and a Play button. We're going to click on the Play button. It will process our request. And then next it will take us to this page about printing options. It talks about the page orientation having to do with portrait or landscape, but typically however you have it saved in your file will be usually how you want it printed. So I would just leave it as saved. You also have the option to go back. So if you're concerned that you didn't choose the right file, you can go back and enter the information again. But in this case, we're confident we chose the right file, so we're going to hit play. It'll process the request. It might take a few minutes depending on the size of the document, if there are a lot of pages or if it's a very large file. It will tell you that it'll give you the price information. As we chose color, it tells us that it'll be 30 cents per page. So it's confirming that the job has one page and how much it will cost. If everything looks good, you go down here where it used to be a play button, now is a green print button. So I'm going to click on that little button with the printer icon. It'll process the request with a job reference number. You don't have to have the reference number, but if you are concerned, you can jot it down just in case. But typically at the branch, we'll bring up any jobs that were sent to the computer for printing. We'll search by the name that you entered the job in or your card number. So again, to pick up your document, you'll go to one of our branches, and if you're not sure where the print release stations are, just ask one of our staff and they'll be happy to help you. But that is the web end part of sending a page from your computer to the print release station. The next thing that we will go over is using the PrinterOn app. So using the PrinterOn app with mobile devices for Android or iOS, that's or an Apple device basically. So the app that you're going to be looking for in either your Google Play or App Store is called PrinterOn. It's all one word, but on might be capitalized. But in the example here, they just typed PrinterOn, all one word, no capitalizing, and it came up as one of the options. Once you have installed it onto your device, typically this is what your screen will look like. It might might look slightly different, a little more curved or something on a Apple device, but in the examples I have here are for an Android. Typically, they will be the same. I think the only difference maybe on Apple is that they have a button here potentially for email. But it pretty much works all the same way. That you'll choose either from documents or photos. You can enter a web address if you have a direct link to a page, because sometimes there'll be a PDF that just comes up on its own page via the web. You can go straight there and print from that directly. But in this case, we'll say that we have downloaded or we have a document on our phone device that we want to print from. But before we select any of those, the next thing we're going to want to do is choose a printing location. And down here, it probably will first say that there's no location selected because it's the first time we're using it. So we'll have clicked on that space, and this next box is what will appear. It'll say select printer, 0 printers found. If you go down here to where it says location, you'll see an icon of a map. You'll click on that option, and then it will take you to a map of surrounding areas that use the PrinterOn app. If it doesn't immediately, it might have a pop-up that says that you need to allow for this app to access your location, basically using GPS. The other thing that you could do is up in the search location, you could just type in the zip code and find the surrounding, the branches in the surrounding area. Again, just a reminder of the cost per page for each item, 15 cents for black and white and 30 cents per page for color. Because again, when you select your location, either Middletown or Trenton or Westchester, it might say that there are still, even at that one location, there are 2 printers that you can choose from. And it will say MidPointe Library System, Ohio, and then it will say the branch name, and then black and white or branch name and color. And you can select which one you would like. Next, you'll have chosen your location. Next, you'll want to choose a document. And if we go back, let's say we'll have selected the documents item. You'll go through your phone in your documents folder, and you'll have to find the file where you saved it. A lot of times it's in downloads because you'll have downloaded it from somewhere, either an email or a website. Next, you'll hit the green print button at the bottom, and a pop-up will come up asking you to enter that name. So in the previous example, we used Joan Smith. You could also use your library card, but either way, whatever name you give this job is the name that you will need to have to enter at the release station to bring up your jobs. So again, you can put your name or you can put a card number. And I only give the example of the card number because at the print release station, it will say card number. Because at the library, when you're using our computers, you use your library card to first get onto the library's computer. So just a heads up on why it's asking for card rather than name. So that was all on Android. Again, it will go through, and a lot of times it will just give you a notification that will pop up. So here's some more screenshots. We clicked on documents, we chose where in our folder. So in this case, I chose the PrinterOn info card again. I had downloaded it to my phone. I select that, and then the print job will appear, giving me a preview of what the document will look like. And again, once you have selected the item and hit print, it will give you a notification saying that the job was successful. You can also click down here where it says print history, and it will show you this screen here. And it'll give you a date and time so that you can know exactly when you sent your document. Now, if you're already in the branch when you send this print job, just a heads up, it will take maybe a few minutes from it to get from your phone to our servers and back down to the release station. Again, the original intention is that you usually will do this when you're not at the location yet, so you do it preemptively. But you're more than welcome to come into the branch and send it to the print release station from your mobile device. It just will maybe take an extra 2 or 3 minutes for it to pop up on the print release station. So again, if you have any questions, especially when you're in the branch releasing your print job, our staff at any of our locations are happy to help. Thanks so much for watching our video, and have a great day.